Sister Act is just a film about teaching white nuns to clap. That's all that movie is. I said that Sister Act is just a film about teaching white nuns to clap. Sister Act. For real, it's literally just Whoopi Goldberg trying to convince Professor McGonagall to let her choir clap. Just like Footloose, but with a tenth of the stakes, cause that's about a town that isn't allowed to dance. And Sister Act is about a church that isn't allowed to clap. And the film wants us to believe that it worked, and that a little hand percussion brought the whole city back to church. But I'm pretty sure that's not how it would work, cause I was raised in the Catholic Church, whose music is pretty boring. And when our choir director, who was rather vibrant for a Catholic, left, they replaced her with a boring one, and I didn't never see a dip in attendance. I don't think that the problem would have been their church was boring, cause that's Catholicism, every single one is boring. The problem would be a lack of Catholics living in that town, cause everyone just goes to the closest church of their denomination. And I don't think watching old white women learning basic rhythm would be incredible enough to convince a whole city to convert to Catholicism.
So if you've never seen the movie, or it's been a long time since you have, ever got what it's about, I'm here.
And y'all, Sister Act is just a film about teaching white nuns to clap. That's all that movie is. I said that Sister Act is just a film about teaching white nuns to clap. Sister Act. Cause Whoopi plays a singer in Reno who sees a guy get murdered and is put in witness protection. That is why she is at this convent. And you would think that a film that starts with gangster murder would be really interesting, but this movie slams on the brakes and enters the schools and never gets out of it. Cause Whoopi spends the rest of the film telling Maggie Smith's Reverend Mother, hey, your choir's really boring, you should let them clap. And then Maggie Smith is all like no, and Whoopi Goldberg's all like yes. And Maggie Smith is all like no, and Whoopi Goldberg's all like yes. So Whoopi does it anyway, and somehow it attracts more people, and it makes the national news. And I'm just like, this takes place in San Francisco, America's gayest city. How is old white women clapping in a church considered interesting enough for national news? Did all the gays just take a break in 1992 when this was the year of the LA riots? There were way more interesting stories, and there are thousands of black churches doing this but 40 times better. But I guess something about white women trying is too intriguing or hilarious to resist. But that's not all, cause somehow this attracts the attention of the Pope. And I'm like, how the hell was it the first time a Pope had heard nuns clapping? And this was the same year that Sinead O'Connor ripped his picture. Maybe you should have focused on why she did that instead of praising nuns for clapping. But of course the gangsters find her, and the nuns do not anything to save her, because it's a movie, which also means the Pope shows up. And of course it means that Whoopi stays a nun, cause it's one of those movies where the protagonist learns to love the thing they're doing they initially hated, which is just a basic comedy, and basically every single rom-com. But there's no love interest, so I guess it's Whoopi in love with God or a building. It may seem like I wrote this song to trash all over this movie. Actually, I wrote this song to give you all some inspiration, cause this movie was bought by Disney, and it made over $231 million, and it spawned a sequel that made $125 million. And there's gonna be a third one, and there was a Broadway musical, and this entire franchise somehow has a really devoted following.
So if you're a writer and you think your idea isn't strong enough, just remember this franchise's success.
Because Sister Act is just a film about teaching white nuns to clap. That's all that movie is. But Sister Act is still super successful, so if they can do it, so can you.
Follow your dreams.